Uncle walks into a bar. Hello and welcome again to another episode of Jaeger Tracks. This is Jaeger, I'm Damon, and on this one we're on the road again, as we often are, and we've gotten a lot of questions about, well, what's in your travel bag, or what do you always bring? And happy to share it. So what we're going to do in this video is kind of go through our standard kind of travel tote and some travel beds we bring, and the what's and the whys and the hows. Ultimately, you know, when we're traveling, it's generally, certainly now, we're in Tennessee, we're guests in a cabin for the velvet hunt, and other dogs are around, other scents. So usually with Jaeger, I try to travel with things that'll keep him calm, keep him focused, keep his gut healthy, keep his body healthy, so that he can work, so that he can track and that we can hunt together. Dogs that are stressed out, aren't sleeping good, me not sleeping good, it's not fun for anybody. So it's may seem like a lot of stuff, or that he's spoiled, and he's good at what he does, so I don't mind spoiling him either. So let's start with just, you know, some of the beds that we travel with, so I can clear off some of the space. But we often will travel. I try to bring beds for him, just because again, he's a scent motivated dog. Other dogs have been there. I always remove their beds from the room. In this case, they're not staying, it's just us. So I put their beds away, then I'll put his beds out. This is a rough wear. I don't know if they make it anymore, but it's called the Bachelor Pad, maybe. But it's kind of a rolled up bed. It's so old, the edges are fraying, but it still does its job. But it's got a waterproof bottom, padded top. And I'll put that out because it's got his scent on it. So that's now, you know, his bed. He knows where he's supposed to lay in the house. And then we're going to do a review. We just picked up this one from Helinox. Really cool. I've used this some at home. This is the first road trip with it, and I'll do a whole separate review on it. But this is an elevated kind of dog cot, breathable. It's super hot where we are right now, but he loves it, and look forward to using this more. But really packable and easy to assemble, but we'll do a whole separate video on that soon. And then this is a blanket, or kind of a roll-up wool and wax cotton blanket, kind of a throw from Fjallraven. And I travel with this because at home, Jaeger's used to be in the furniture and doing other things. Like, obviously, he wants to do those same kind of things where we travel. And just to be courteous, you know, if it's okay where we are, I'll put this over the couch or on the chair so he's laying on something that he's used to laying on. Or I'll lay it down on the ground, and that's where we put all of our gear. But it's just a nice, durable, kind of a travel throw, if you want to call it, that he can do whatever what he wants on it. All right. So, yeah, all right. And this is actually another one. This is a small one that Ashley, thank you, honey, made for me per request. But it's wool on one side, again, wax cut on the other. And I'll bring this. Here, please, come on. I'll bring this even. Come on. I'll bring this to, like, if we're going out to a restaurant or to the bar sometimes, and it's coming, we have a bag. I'll just put that down, like, by my seat or under the table, and he knows it's his, and he'll sit on it and he'll stay on it. All right, let's dive into the tote. Again, this kind of just stays packed by the door. It's a Yeti open tote. It's a great travel tote, and it just kind of stays in the closet, mostly ready to go at all times. I'm going to set it down so I can unload it a little easier, but very handy to travel with. And let's see, obvious, first and foremost, you know, food and water bowls. Jaeger's got some of his own Yeti water bowls, big size. On the small side, they will nest if you get both of them. And yeah, obviously dogs got to eat and drink. So Jaeger does get really finicky when we travel, and he often will stop eating, just out of stress. And so I have a lot of tricks in here to try to get him to eat something. Because if I can get him to eat a meal a day, he'll work better, sleep better, everything's better. So for food, we usually will ration it out. This is a Nalgene kind of lab jar. Wild Mountain Creek sticker on it, but it's got Eukanuba kibble in it, and I'll just pour that into the bowl, obviously, and try to get him to eat. And then we have some supplemental tricks to get him to eat more. This is treats, just in a little Ziploc, and this is a Stanley, one of their sealed jars. This is a powdered wet food. If he's been extra dehydrated, sometimes I'll give him a softer wet food, or if his digestion is a bit off, that can help. You can just kind of pour it over the kibble as a topper, and that might entice them to eat. And And once I get down deeper, there'll be more treats and stuff. But next on top is a med kit. I will do a different video on what's in our med kits. I always travel with multiple. This one is usually in my tracking pack itself, and it's always with us. But that's a whole different kind of subject. But always have a med kit of some sort with us because, well, things happen out here. Obviously, oftentimes you're not where a vet is, so being prepared is just the easiest way to deal with and keep minor things minor before they get major. Similarly, I have a small little grooming kit here. A little Fjällräven pouch, and it's this comb is awesome. It's a wide, kind of a long tooth, wide gap comb, brush, whatever you want to call it. But when he gets burrs in his beard or ticks, even this is a great way to clean them out, and you can get a lot of stuff removed from Tekel's fur or any dogs with longer hairs fur with one of these wide combs. Really, really, really handy tool when you're on the road, especially early season when if we're tracking right now, we're gonna get covered in ticks, we're gonna get covered in burrs. Just come to the territory, unfortunately. And then this is it's called a Groom Ninja. It's kind of like a hacksaw blade on a piece of wood. And if I have to touch up his coat or remove certain things, it's kind of like a horse brush almost, but it really pulls hair out well and evenly on a wire-coated dog. Let's see, blunted scissors if I have to cut anything out. These I always want to use a blunted one in case he does twitch or move. You're not going to stab him with it. And then I have a couple just hand stripping tools from Mars Tools in Germany. This is what I use to hand strip them. And with that little bit of tools, I could do a full grooming if I wanted to, but that's usually I'm just dealing with things we encounter on the road. Let's see. This is handy. This is the Rough Wear Not a Hitch. And what this is it's a like self-contained system with some carabiners that basically you can make a runner for your dog anywhere you are. So at home, I don't trust Jaeger, frankly, in game-rich areas. And we have deer in our yard at home. If he was let out, he would frankly chase them. So we have a fence. We invested in a fence at home for obvious reasons. Often when we travel, there's no fence here. So this Not a Hitch is one way I can then make a runner in the trees outside, and he can run and woozle and do tackle things without me having to supervise him 100% of the time. And in fact, that comes in pretty handy. Let's see, other food tricks. Food tricks are big time for us. Honest Kitchen superfood pour-overs. This is just like a soft food. Again, I can pour this over his kibble to put more moisture into his system, rehydrate him a little bit, or he'll just, if his stomach is upset, he's got GI problems, diarrhea, this can help kind of stabilize his gut. These bone broth, Honest Kitchen bone broth bites are kind of meatier, bigger treats. Again, I can sometimes, after a track, I'll give them these, or if I need to entice them with a treat, those work good. We have Yukonuba's trainers in here, treats. Looks like you like treats. There's lots of treats. Sorry to confuse you. What are these? Mini Zooks, Naturals, Turkey and Cranberry. Know what it is? Yeah. Don't be so excited. Let's see. Getting in, there's some more pour-overs in here. Because we have a few of those for enough for a few different days. Let's see, cleaners. So we have Scout's Honor Severe Mess Cleaner. Hopefully we never need these things, but Jaeger is a very dominant male dog, and sometimes he likes to let everybody know he's been there, if you know what I mean. So you've been good so far. So we have that cleaner. Here's another Nature's Miracle cleaner. Some cleaners. Some prescription soft food diet in case his gut gets really upset. And hopefully we won't need that. Let's see. There's tick shampoo. So flea and tick shampoo. Here's another shampoo. Oftentimes in this early season, man, he'll just get covered and down in the brush. And I've gotten him picking them up to put in the truck, and I'm like, why is your head moving? And it's literally like seed ticks just crawling all over his forehead. And he's on the good tick preventative, and we're going to go do a whole different video about how we deal with ticks. But traveling with that shampoo, utility sink even, or a hose outside, it's just easier to try to pick them all off. Just get them wet, soak them down, and kill those things and get them off them as fast as you can. Let's see. Obviously, poop bags, because, you know, that happens. Got to pick it up. Some basic med things in here, too. More med. So Musher's Secret is great for treatment of pads. You know, so it's developed for, you know, mushing dogs, you know, pulling sleds. But it really helps toughen up their pads, or takes, if they have a raw spot, help cool it down. Styptic powder, if they have like minor cuts in their pads, or break a nail, this really helps stop bleeding. So that's in the bag. Again, we'll go through other medical kit stuff later, because I got pretty comprehensive medical kit. Let's see, we have ear cleaner. Like Jaeger likes to swim. This is just a basic over-the-counter probiotic ear cleaner. Ear infections are easier to deal with on the front end and the back end. So if he starts to agitate and flip in his ears a lot, it's a good way to just kind of nip it in the bud before it gets bad. Waters, I got waters everywhere, but in every bag, especially, you know, it's in the 90s, it's really hot. Water is really key. But I love these 50 strong US-made squeeze bottles. They fit it nicely, and most bird vests, our tracking pack, slots. They're just, and he drinks right from the spout. Great water bottle, and made in USA. Can't beat that. Let's see, we have a nail grinder, a Dremel nail tool in case he breaks a nail. It's easier. Their nails are super sensitive. Being able to grind that away, I'll often tolerate better than trying to go in there with cutters. But I try not to do his nails. I try to have somebody else do it, because he holds grudges. He gets mad at me if I try to do his nails. Let's see, a basic slip lead in case I just need to hook them up quick. This is from Easy Dog. It's a really, really handy just little slip lead. And then actually this is some tracking stuff on this side, but headlamp, in case I gotta walk them at night, go to the bathroom. This comes in very handy. Obviously, you can never have too many headlamps. This is one from Zebra Light. This is our main tracking GPS collar from Garmin. This is the TT15 Mini and the 200. That's what we always have on when we're tracking. But if I'm just letting him outside too, and I want him to always know where he's at, it's GPS collar, and I can keep busy with him, keep track of him. And then I have an extra Garmin, just a kind of a basic e-collar in here, and the charging cables and all this stuff. But this is, again, he's really good on listening to me, even just off of tone. If he's out of sight and I tone him, he'll come. So this is kind of backup, or just a simpler one if I'm not too worried and actually feel like I need the extra insurance of GPS. I just use this one a lot for casual reasons. So that's kind of, hey, that's mostly empty travel bag. It's mostly extra food and things I've already shown you in here. If you have any questions, please comment below, ask them. I'm happy to answer them. Got some ear flapping, don't make me use that ear cleaner. And if you have things you think I should bring, comment. Let me know. If you have questions on any of this stuff specifically, let me know. We're happy to address them. And this by no means is, you know, the end-all be-all, but this is what we found works well for us in our situations. And so, hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe. That stuff really helps the channel, and I'm trying to do more content like this, so really appreciate it. And stay tuned for more. Jaeger and I have more adventures to do. We got some, hopefully, maybe we'll see if we track one this trip. I don't know if we will or not. But we're going to be doing some hunting down here in Tennessee again, kind of old stopping grounds. And then we're going to be shooting a lot of more kind of product content videos too, showing you some of the stuff we use in more detail that we talked about here. So stay tuned for that, and thanks for watching. Was that good? Was that good? Huh? You're so confused. Like, what are we going to go do? What are we going to go do? Where's the deer? Huh?